Hey folks, welcome back to the playthrough. And last time out we just gotten up here and we blocked the elevator with that crate. So now it's time to go exploring a little bit. So let's have a look at this crate.
The crate was labeled Danger. Live contents. Do not drop. There were small holes in the top and sides and scratchy noises coming from inside.
What's that noise? Is that the elevator? I can hear a bump bump noise. Should we try and move it? See what happens.
But decided not to risk dropping it and meeting the live contents.
I wonder what the live contents is.
It was a large crate with no label.
Oh, I can hear an but
No chance. Whatever those crates contained, they were heavy.
what's this? I'm surprised you can't look at
The
that.
statue looked as if it was
You can.
Central or South American in origin.
You can talk
The
to it.
statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
I think there's a thing there.
It was a pulley attached to a long rail which ran the length of the building. It wasn't much use though. No rope.
God, that was a loud bit of music to announce us finding a pulley. Nearly deafened me. Alright. I've got a window, which
The
probably...
window was not designed to open.
Ah, there we go. So we're trying to smash it.
There was no way to open that window.
Oh, we've got to find
I
Nico.
realized the doors must lead to a loading platform high above the dockside.
Can we open it up?
A sturdy beam was jammed across the doors. These doors were not going to open.
Okay.
I realized the doors must lead to a loading.
So your puny muscles can't open it. Well, what about... So have we got anything that can act as rope? I wonder whether that can act as a rope. The manacles.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Alright. So that's about it as well. That's our only... Oh, I don't think the knickers can stretch that far. So there must be something somewhere. I'm wondering whether there's a secret door or something. What's that?
It was a hydraulic hand cart.
Let's try that. Or can we not reach it?
There wasn't enough room to move the handle.
Put it on that.
I couldn't move the crate until I blocked the light beam with something else.
So you do need something else. Unless I've missed something downstairs. What's that?
It was a hydraulic hand.
Oh, it's that stand cart. So come.
I didn't want to risk dropping the crate and releasing its live contents.
Oh. So there's nothing else. The lips, it's not gonna work, is it? I'm sure it's a sticker though. It's right. Well, trying to get my thinking cap on here. Because that's just a knot. They're just pieces of paper, so of no use. I can't really do anything with the tequila worm. It's not like we've got out to try and bash that up with either. I'm thinking maybe there was something on. Let's just check the crate. There could be something on it.
The crate was labeled, "Danger. Live contents. Do not drop." It was a large crate with no label.
Look at that. No labels. We've got that bit. Right. Well, they're not going to work, are they? Let's just, for the sake of argument, rule them out. You can't put them on them, can you?
That wouldn't...
No. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember how this works now. Oh, the whole door's one thing. Alright, so to move that box, we're going to have to bring that box closer.
It was the elevator call button. Nothing happened. That was probably because the elevator was already on this floor.
Well, we can't go back down now that we're up, so there must not have been anything else to get from down there.
It was a device to prevent... I decided to leave the electric eye alone.
Well, there is some way of getting something to stick over it, but let's just see if that'll work.
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Alright, George, chill out. We're trying things out here. No. Well, this ain't making for a full video, so I'll mull it over and I'll come back and splice these two videos together. Right, folks, so I found out what it was. There's a little switch here, just above.
It was the light switch.
The elevator switch. You flick that, and then you can see these marks on the floor.
There was a barely visible scratch mark on the floor.
Which I'll just show you again what he says. Because that was a bit of a tough one. It was sort of hidden in the corner.
There was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall.
Yeah, so a bit of a tough one, as it took me a bit of scrabbling around to find that.
My fingers traced the outline of a secret door in the wall. Then I found a small round stud, which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling.
There we go.
Just as I hoped. A secret room.
There you go, those sneaky South Americans. Let's go in here and see what awaits us in the secret room.
Nico!
I don't understand there, George. Help the lady out.
It was a grotesque little statue of a figure carrying a shield and a spear.
Oh, let's pick up that first. Let's get our priorities right. Oh my God, he's
Will you look at this? It was a small statue of a kneeling figure in an ornate headdress. The head was hideous, with huge staring eyes set in a decomposing face. Hey! Somebody's marketing Labino dolls.
Alright, come on. Let's untie the lady now.
Hold still. This might hurt a little. Think yourself lucky you don't have a mustache.
About time. You could at least have helped me before grabbing everything you could find.
Not so loud, they'll hear you.
Get these ropes off me, right now.
You know, the mood you're in, maybe that's not such a good idea.
Where's Pablo, the big guy?
Out cold. Too much wine doesn't agree with him. Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. Untie me this instant.
Hey, he's even got the little
It
one-liners.
was a short length of rope tied tightly around Nico's slim wrists.
Now let's see if we can get that free, because that rope could come useful. Well, that answers where to get the rope from.
There. How you feeling?
Oh, thanks, George. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Oubier had been in Marseille. But never mind about me.
Yeah, let's sort out that pixelated face.
Going on. Starting with that Mayan stone.
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes, the proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Moore. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oubier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oubier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work for him. Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
Nico, wait!
So there we go, we bust her out of the clink. Now it's time to make good our escape.
We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure.
So what he says about Nicole, let's give her an
He'll do
appraisal.
well considering her ordeal.
That's it. Alright, well first things third, let's use that duct tape on that, which will allow us to move the box again.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
Now let's move the box back. Move the mystery animal. And shunt this box out of the way. Then it's a shame to see this rope go. We could have used that later in Nicole, but we have to put it on the pulley.
To attach the rope to the statue first.
Alright then, let's do that. We'll practice a bit of tie up with this doll. And maybe that's what it is. An ancient S&M practice doll. Pump that up. I'm gathering this is to pump it up, so it's a bit closer.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics.
What on earth are you doing?
Trying to raise the statue so I can hook it to that pulley.
Is that really going to help us?
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
Look, he's gonna help. I'll move out the way. Now let's see if he does that now.
There wasn't much I could do with it.
Now attach it to the pulley. Put the hydraulic thing down. And then shove the statue to freedom. That's going to take 2.
It was too heavy for me to move on my own.
Well, let's get a bit of Nico power in. Come on, let's use those legs for something. Oh, we've got a lot to talk to her about. Right, well, let's talk about this. Do you fancy a game?
Look, the little guy downstairs was chained up with these.
That must have been Pablo's doing. I don't blame him, though. That little guy is dangerous.
You're still sore about that poison dart?
Of course I'm sure.
How about these panties?
I found these in your bag.
Oh,
Fancy modelling those?
my gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's quite plain enough.
What do you think of that little guy?
Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, Georges. But whatever his name, he sure is ugly.
Hey, fancy seeing the dart that knocked you out?
Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir.
And as a
Did I
precaution.
mistreat you?
If you forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage, no.
Well, what about the little guy?
I don't think he knows where he is or what he's doing here. The big guy, Pablo, he brought Titipoco from the jungle.
Titty what?
Titipoco. That's what I heard Pablo call the dwarf.
Who's that?
Did I hear you refer to Inspector Moon?
Yes, you remember him?
Yep, he was the inspector in the first game. He went evil and then went Anakin Skywalker with an last-ditch bid for goodness.
Of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo-Templars, he went into hiding. Moon knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about our involvement with the case?
If he does, he's not telling. Still, he got a sudden promotion.
Alright, that's Moo. Not, the other guy. Oh, yeah, no,
Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious.
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Ubier himself.
A murderer, huh? Andre said he was something of a celebrity.
Let's see what he knows about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
About Condor.
Or Condor.
Condor Transglobal exports Aztec and Mayan relics from Central America to Europe. But that's just a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Nothing yet.
Alright, what else?
Do you know where Condor is based?
In Central America, a place called Quaramonte.
I saw that name on a docket downstairs.
Yeah, well, let's ask about
Tell me
him.
about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightens me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like a wild animal's. A tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Tiger Man. Right, well, let's try and stop Mr. Tiger Eyes. And let's use this statue as our first step.
Statue.
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
I see them getting along.
Okay. Push.
That was the lamest push I've ever seen in my life.
Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobart.
Oh, I can still talk to her. Is that it? Can she say anything else before we
There's
go?
nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
No, we see. Wait for the bedroom. Alright, well, let's blow this popsicle stand. Oh, there's more? I thought that were it.
A cable stretched way out across the docks to a building in the distance.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's the manacles. For this, a bit of a Tango and Cash escape.
Nico, I have a great idea.
I saw it in this 80s film once. In fact, was it an 80s film? It might have been 1990 actually, early 90s. And the dog's still swimming around in the river.
Josh, where have you been?
Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, André. Give the stone to George.
well, of course, if you say so, Nico.
Yeah, hand it over.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Coromonte? It's in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
Claramonte, the traveler's rear.
Oh yeah, holiday.
America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Transglobal seemed a good place to start.
Hey, and we get to see Nico in a nice little Lara Croft vest. So that's all we need to know. Right, well this is a good place as any to have a little pause.
Hey, it's market day. I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Claramonte City.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Transglobal.
Right. Well, we're at market day. Shame we didn't car boot and any retro consoles there. Have to make do with fruit by the look of it. Anyway, that's all I got time for with this video. So catch me later on the next video and we'll go and explore Central America. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.